I know that you know me through and through, so you know that I have only two problems in life. One is my work and one is my relationship. But yeah, one sort of thing that's been coming up for me of late is so my uh, girlfriend lives I mean we have like a long distance relationship, so I only get to see her like three times a year. And like most of the other things in my life, like I don't have like any kind of, like expectation for happiness with, things and items and all. Even with work and all, I'm like relaxing it a lot more of late, even like through with your guidance. But I don't know why, like there's so much, like, usually whenever I think of these problems, I'm like, okay, like what would Mitch say? Mitch would say, accept or surrender to this. But for some reason, like maintaining this long distance thing, it's just been so hard because I think there's so much dependence on the other person, for your sense of joy or happiness. Like it's like the last thing in my life that's that desire of happiness, that can come from a person. I know it's not going to be the case, but there's like this, you know, this layer of sadness that's always like pervading, my sort of existence month on month of, just like not being able to meet this person. And like she's like far away. I don't get to talk to her much also on call a lot of the times. So I don't know like what to do about this. Like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like I'm not able to like surrender to it. It just keeps coming back. Um and yeah, I just thought I'll ask your thoughts on that also once. It's a very like personal level problem, obviously, but yeah, I just thought I'll ask it anyway.
So you believe that your girlfriend is going to make you happy?
It's a tough spot. I mean, the thing is, there is some level of happiness. I mean, very like human level of happiness when I do end up meeting her. Um, but but yeah, I know that that's not like it's not gonna last like forever types. Like so it's like fleeting. So I know that much for sure.
Hmm. So have you ever experienced happiness without her?
Yeah, so it's like that's what. So there are like I think there are times in the day when I suddenly like it hits me that okay, I like miss her a lot, and then that goes on for like an hour or two. But then the rest of the day, like when I'm on my own, like at work and all, I think I just like forget about all of it, and I'm like pretty like relaxed.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's like a fleeting problem also.
So you said that you've experienced happiness with her. You said you see her 3 times a year. You experience happiness with her. And then my question was, do you experience happiness without her?
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it's happiness. Okay, so now the happiness without her and the happiness with her, is it two types of happiness or is it the same happiness?
It's yeah, pretty much the same.
Okay, so the same happiness. So can you see how she isn't the cause of happiness,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
right? She's not causing that happiness. She's not creating that happiness. She's not the source of that happiness. The happiness, because you've experienced happiness with her and without her, means that happiness is independent of her. And every time that you've experienced happiness, it's the same happiness. It's not like, oh, happiness with my girlfriend, happiness from a new car, happiness because I got a raise, happiness because my belly's full. It's not like that. There's only one happiness. There's not kinds of happiness. So now what's the problem?
I do think that there are like I mean I know that this is again like a search of some like minor enjoyment throughout the day, but like there are instances which make me feel better normally, like as you said, like okay, like you got a raise, so that keeps you like temporarily happy for like a day or two, like stuff like that. So I do feel like some of the some of those things are like more object dependent at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just being brutally honest because that is the case.
Mm-hmm. Are you okay letting go of this girlfriend?
Do you know that's a difficult one for me? Yeah, I mean, I've accepted the fact that if I have to do that, then yes, probably.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work, right? A long distance relationship is a lot of work.
because
And what are you working hard for? Happiness?
somewhat probably. I don't know.
But then I just showed you how the happiness is not dependent on your girlfriend.
Yeah,
Can you feel that emotion that's arising? Are you experiencing those thoughts of the fear of letting her go?
somewhat. Yeah,
Yeah, just let them be there. Let those thoughts be there. Let it just be contemplative. You don't have to analyze it. You don't have to weigh pros and cons and create some list in your head, reasons to stick it out, reasons to let her go. But you just realize that she's not the source of happiness,
mm,
that your happiness doesn't depend on her. This is a very powerful realization because up
yeah,
until now, you believe that she was the source of your happiness. So then she became an object of desire, that
yeah,
you were actually projecting the idea that she will make you happy, that there's a projection of happiness. This object makes me happy. But then I'm showing you right now how that's simply not true. See, the happiness that we are can then be projected onto an object. That what you actually are is happiness, but you can also project that happiness onto an object and make it appear as if that object is going to make you happy. And it feels like that because then when you're with that person, I feel happy because it's just simply fulfilling that goal of achieving that desire. When I'm with
mm,
her, I'm happy. There's a build up waiting. When can I see her next? And when I see her, then I'm going to be happy to see her. So when that desire is fulfilled, oh, I get to see her on the weekend or I get to see her on this holiday, then it's like the desire is fulfilled. There's no more desiring that. And then now we're desireless, which then there's the experience of our true nature, the happiness. But isn't there a fear of being alone?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And just be with that fear. Let it be here. You don't need your girlfriend. The more identified you are with the mind, the more every relationship becomes codependency because of the original codependency with the mind. And this codependency is really this fear of being alone. To be truly alone is to be without the mind. So it's one of these things that, again, it's when you see it, you can't unsee it. So now you see what's underneath there is really there's a fear of being alone. So now I want to be attached to somebody because I just don't want to be alone. I just showed you that you're not really with her because she makes you happy, because you just realize that she doesn't make you happy because you've experienced happiness without her. So she doesn't make you happy. But
Yeah.
why are you still attached to her? Because I don't want to be alone. There's a fear of being alone. So again, it's kind of like the elephant in the room. It's always been
Yeah.
here, but it's just being covered up by something. So it's better not to avoid this. It's better to just have the courage to face it. You see, face it like what you are right now. You're facing it, you're not running from it, you're not avoiding it. You face it and you embrace it. You embrace it as love. It's only love that embraces. So it's this love, which you are, that embraces the fear. And in embracing this fear, the fear disappears. It's not trying to get rid of this fear of being alone. It's not trying to push it away. It's not running from it. It's here, it sees it. And just as if it could say something, it's not going to say anything. If it could say something, it would say, you can be here as long as you want. As if you're talking to the fear. I don't suggest you talk to the fear, but if it could say something, if your self could say something to this fear, I see you and you're welcome here. Stay as long as you want. Like that, you can just simply be with this. No need to label it. No need to even call it fear. But this is good session for you because you
Yeah.
pointed out that you're running from that silence, the stillness, and now I'm also showing you something else that you're running from, you're
It
avoiding.
is
So, yeah,
genuinely crazy how you manage to like just dig deep into the sand and like pull the roots up. You always do that.
uh,
Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, I'll probably contemplate on this. It's good.
good. All right, guys, let's end it here.